Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about that, well, apparently Star Wars finally explained why Luke had made his green lightsaber in Return of the Jedi to essentially face, Vader. So let's give this a read, shall we, because I'm actually quite interested. So Luke Skywalker wields a yellow lightsaber in Marvel's Star Wars comic series, and now fans know why he replaced it before Return of the Jedi. And honestly, I haven't really been keeping up with the comics, so I'm not really sure what's entirely going on in the comics, so there's that. But I will say that there's going to be spoilers for Star Wars issue number 33, so if you guys don't want any spoilers, get out of this video right now before reading. If you guys don't care about spoilers, then or read it, then stay if you guys want to. That said, the canon origin behind Luke Skywalker's green-bladed lightsaber is finally being explored in Marvel's ongoing Star Wars series. Unable to retrieve his father's blue lightsaber after his duel at Cloud City, Luke instead searched for a new lightsaber within an abandoned outpost from the High Republic era. There, Luke claimed a yellow-bladed Temple Guard lightsaber and used it to battle the Empire in the Star Wars comics ever since. However, Luke will end up using a different lightsaber in Return of the Jedi, and the reason why he finally been explained. So while on a mission in the near inescapable no space, Luke Skywalker is caught in the hands of a kill droid that completely crushes his prosthetic hand and lightsaber. In Star Wars issue number 33 by Charles Soule and Midbeck Bekouv, Luke, Lobot, Lando, Leia, Chewbacca, and Holdo finally return to the Rebel Alliance fleet, where Luke's droid hands, is replaced yet again. R2-D2 also attempts to repair the damaged Temple Guard lightsaber, but only manages to fix it just enough for it to barely function. Sensing that his final confrontation with Vader is approaching, and that he'll need a fully working lightsaber to defeat him, Luke activates the unstable, cracking lightsaber and states that he'll need a new one. The moment confirms that Luke had no choice but to construct a new lightsaber, as his yellow one was too damaged to be wielded properly. And Luke's light level saber is too damaged, and we see this image again. I will have this in the pinned comments description down below, where it says, "I'm going to need a new one of these." Look at his yellow lightsaber. So, the time Luke had recreated a new lightsaber is fairly limited, as Leia and Mon Mothma are mobilized in the Rebel Alliance to take advantage of the ripple in the Force that is supposedly weakening Force-sensitive, including Luke, Vader, and Palpatine. While the Empire's Sith leaders are distracted by the mysterious occurrence, Luke plans to exploit this by procuring a new lightsaber to eventually fight Vader with. It's known how close the storyline is to the events of Return of the Jedi. It's unknown, but it's likely only a few months away, giving Luke a little time to find a new kyber crystal and new saber parts, which I guess you can say at that time was somewhat hard, but not as hard as after The Force Awakens. And the reason why I'm mentioning The Force Awakens is because, as far as I'm aware, the most common place for Jedi to get their kyber crystals were at Elam, right? But I know they like the Empire, like I think if memory serves me right, Elam was one of those planets where the Empire mined a, a very good amount of kyber crystals, making it even more hard for our sensitives to mine or get a kyber crystal for their lightsaber. And then by the time with the Force Awakens, Ilum was Starkiller Base. So of course, if you guys seen the Force Awakens, you know that Starkiller Base was also Ilum. From what I understand, got blown up by by the Resistance, making it harder for future Jedi potentially to get new lightsaber. It's like crystals, but Rey managed to find one. So, anyway, side note. Sorry. While fans weren't shown how he came to wield a green saber in the films, there is a Return of the Jedi deleted scene featuring Luke modifying his Obi-Wan Kenobi inspired hilt and igniting it for the first time before 3PO and R2 entered Jabba's palace. This moment could have been considered canon to fans until 2019 comic Age of the Empire. Luke Skywalker issue number 1, which shows Luke wielding his green saber well before Return of the Jedi. As for the ripple in the Force, is motivating Luke to create a new saber. This was caused by the destruction of the ancient dark side weapon seen Charlie Stolzen and Stephen Cummings' Hidden Empire issue number 5. In this story, Palpatine and Vader confirmed that the weapon has caused a tear in the Force that has rippled throughout the galaxy and has weakened their connection to the dark side. Luke's Jedi lightsabers are powered by kyber crystals that are uniquely attuned by the Force. Kyber often calls upon the Jedi to select them, usually through trials or visions that test their connections to the light side. As illustration, the upcoming Star Wars issue number 3, released by Games Raider, confirms that Luke will search for social crystals, suggesting that the Force could make Luke undergo his own test. Actually, honestly got me interested. Because now I want to see what test Luke has to go through just to get that green crystal. However, the yellow crystal within Luke's temple guard saber still functions, so why he chooses to find a new crystal instead of simply replacing the damaged hilt is unknown. Why he plans to force his new lightsaber. The screen went black. Sorry about that. If there was any audio, I will repeat it. However, the yellow crystal within Luke's temple guard saber still function. So why he chose to find a new crystal instead of simply replacing the damaged hilt is unknown. Whichever way he plans to forge his new lightsaber, readers can look forward to Luke Skywalker's mission in the upcoming issue of Star Wars that will finally end the speculation regarding the origins of his iconic weapon. And they say Star Wars issue number 33 is on sale now for Marvel Comics. So, the reason why he made a new lightsaber and have the hilt green, besides keeping the gold lightsaber, was apparently because I guess he felt like it was time for a new thing, and his lightsaber was broken. So he figured there's no point reusing the crystal, just get a new crystal altogether. I mean, that seems like be a bit more work than it has to be. But maybe Luke wanted, I guess, tried my best to put in the mindset of Luke Skywalker. I guess he wanted to follow the Jedi's tradition a bit in terms of finding a crystal, making a lightsaber. so it can be like feel the sense of being one step closer to being an actual Jedi Knight. And if that's where his mindset was, then I can understand why he constructed that new lightsaber with that new and found a new crystal. Well, I'm gonna say like use a different crystal for his new lightsaber. But you guys can have a picture. But admittedly, I am interested. So I might, like I said, I haven't been picking up like comic books, like Star Wars comic books, but I'll be very very interested in reading Star Wars issue number 33 and issue number 34 to go and find out what like his journey, because like one of my favorite Clone Wars arcs is the one Ahsoka and Yoda goes to Ilum to take the Jedi younglings to get their crystals, and how like later in that story arc Ahsoka gets kidnapped and the younglings essentially saves Ahsoka. The reason why that's my favorite is one, we see like Ahsoka kind of first take on like in memory. This could have been like, I think this was like after she got her lightsaber stolen. So I think it might have been like the second time she took up a teacher like role, where like she like took up a mentor role, and I think can't remember what it was like the before she was kidnapped and met Chewbacca, but that was like one of the first. As be like the second time we saw Ahsoka take on like the mentor role, and like she gets kidnapped, making the next generation of Jedi take up the responsibility of now we're going to take like rescue Ahsoka with our new lightsabers in action too, and it was like just a nice like evolution for Ahsoka and the Jedi Youngling. So that's why it's my favorite episode in Clone Wars. But I know that was off topic, sorry, but yeah, like I said, issue number 33 and 34, I so need to get because I'm curious now for sure. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have one every day. Be kind to one another. And may the force be with us all.